What's up, YouTube? This is True Raw for TV. So before I get into this video, I want to give a shout out to Louise for his contribution to the channel. Much respect to Louise. He says, keep grinding, Mike, doing great work. Um, he talked about a video request that he wants me to do. And, I'll get into that one probably for the next week. You know what I'm saying? So, I think about, I want to talk about that video, but I see a video request and I'll probably do that within the next week, bro. So shout out to Louise for the donation via PayPal. And if you want to donate to this channel, if you're new to this channel, if you wish to show love to this channel, you can do so on the links provided in the description box via the PayPal or the Cash App if you choose to want to show love to this channel. I also have a Patreon. Uploaded yesterday on my Patreon. Probably will upload tomorrow on my Patreon a couple of videos on there as well. A lot of content already up there, probably like 300 and I've lost count now, maybe close to 400 videos now on my Patreon altogether. So let's talk about Kwame Brown, all right? I haven't talked about him yet on my channel. I've been keeping abreast of him just like everybody else has, and Kwame Brown has taken over the internet, all right? Um, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm absolutely I'm absolutely ecstatic that he's come out and has just completely just excoriated all these clowns that you see on television. Because if you know anything about my channel, if you follow it, you'll know that my main problem is the media. They're evil for the most part. Not everybody up there is evil, but they don't have your best intentions as a sports fan. Okay, they all have individual agendas. Um, Most of them are corrupt. They get, basically compensated to push a narrative. And they're not just covering sports. Look, I get any business is going to have some type of corruption to it. But it's gotten pathetic, absolutely pathetic when it comes to sports. And I find Kwame Brown absolutely refreshing. He's absolutely correct. Over the past 20 years, since he was drafted 20 years ago by the Washington Wizards, by Michael Jordan, briefly before Jordan stepped down and returned as a player, he has been the butt of jokes when it pertains to bus. They've pegged, look, go do your own research. Those of you who are younger, okay, may not remember that time period as vividly as I and other people do. He was considered the greatest bust in the history of the NBA. Even though, and his name has become synonymous with bust and failure, even though we've all seen far worse players overall, far less successful players. What was his name? Hashid Dabit, whatever his name was. Damit, whatever the fuck his name was. Uh, Anthony Bennett, who's probably the worst bust ever. Michael Olowokandi, who I think was even worse. You know what I'm saying? There have been a lot of busts over the past several years when it comes to first round picks. First overall picks. As a matter of fact, I've always sort of felt uneasy calling Kwame a bust because unlike some guys who are the first overall pick who get hyped, most people scratch their heads when Jordan selected Kwame Brown, first overall, out of high school. Most of us thought to ourselves, because remember, this is 2001. So this is 2 years before LeBron James. Even Kobe didn't come right out of high school and was gangbusters in the NBA. We hadn't seen a player come right out of high school and dominate in the NBA. Even Daryl Dawkins never materialized into the player that we thought he would be in the NBA. Now, Moses Malone before that was the only guy to come right out of high school and go to the pros and dominate, but he went to the Utah Stars of the American Basketball Association, ABA. So we really hadn't seen that in the NBA. So nobody really anticipated Kwame Brown to be Akeem Olajuwon or Patrick Ewing. Or shit, even goddamn, uh, not even goddamn Sam Perkins. He was a solid role player for 12 years. Was he a great center? No. Good center? Not usually. Um, Adequate? Yeah, I give him adequate. Um, was he capable of dominating? Yeah, if you watch Kwame Brown play, this is the strange thing too. If you actually watch Kwame Brown play now, like if you go back and look at some of his play in games, you actually see a rather skilled center. And one thing that Kwame does say is correct. If you look at his career, this is a guy that's played with guys who shoot the ball a lot on his team. Whether you're talking about Jordan, Rip Hamilton, or Jordan and Stackhouse, or, Gilbert Arenas, or later on Kobe, he's always played with guys who shoot the ball, 20, 25 times, or two guys who shoot the ball collectively, 35, 40 times a night. Not to mention, he also played with Larry Hughes when he was with the Washington Wizards, when he was shooting the ball 15 times a night. So there wasn't that many shots for Kwame Brown. And like I said, there have been some criticisms of him, that he was very inconsistent. I get all that. But was he the bust that people make him out to be? No, he wasn't. Not really. He couldn't have been that bad if he lasted 12 years in the NBA. At the peak of his career, back in the mid 2000s, Kwame made $15.5 million over 2 seasons. But his name is just synonymous with being a bust and not working hard and not wanting to be great, and almost to the point where his name is a laughing stock. And yes, Stephen A. Smith did contribute a lot to that. And what spearheaded this whole thing, the culmination of all of this ridicule, which led to Kwame saying, enough, was apparently on the podcast All the Smoke, where Matt Barnes, or as Kwame like to call him, Becky with the good hair, apparently him, Gilbert Arenas, and Captain Jack, they were, or at least some of them, were ridiculing Kwame. So Kwame, who I didn't even know until 2 days ago, had a YouTube channel. I assumed that he was speaking from like Instagram or Facebook Live. I didn't know he had a YouTube channel. So he's been on YouTube straight ethering all of these people. And, look, some people can argue that, he's going out of basketball talk and making it personal. But he's countered that they have, questioned some of his critics, they've questioned him as a man. And that it's gone beyond basketball talk with them. And they do that. And that's what pissed me off about some of these guys in the media. They go beyond just basketball and question your intelligence, question, your sincerity as a person. Stephen A. Smith has been doing that with Kyrie Irving. So enough is enough, and I'm glad. And I'm glad he's having success on his YouTube channel. Not that he really needs the fucking money. He's a multi-millionaire, you know what I'm saying? But over the last, I think 3 days, he's gone from about 1,000 subs to last I checked, 30,000. You know what I'm saying? So much success to him. And no, you fucking morons, he's not clout chasing. How the fuck are you clout chasing when you're responding to shit people saying about you? Do you see how many people, by the way, are posting shit about him on the internet? If he's clout chasing, what is ESPN Fox News doing? Fox Sports, excuse me, reporting about what he's saying on his YouTube channel. So a guy who's defending himself is now clout chasing. So he's supposed to just shut the fuck up and let everybody talk shit about him. Some people really need to understand the meaning of words. Clout chasing ass nigga. Hating ass nigga. Whatever, man. But I find it refreshing, man, because, we always say here in the LDBC that it would be nice to have some more of these athletes come out and speak the truth about some of these fuckers, motherfuckers in the media, man. Come out and speak the truth about how a lot of these guys are clowns. And yes, I agree with Kwame about how a lot of these dudes in the media are nothing but fucking coons. Oops, I forgot I'm not supposed to say that. Fuck it, they are. They're coons. Okay? I'm sorry, they're coons. They get paid to come out and say about other black men what white people are afraid to say because they don't want to be labeled racist. So they pay these motherfuckers to shit on black athletes all the fucking time. You don't see it. You don't see how that Seattle Seahawks player beat the shit out of his girlfriend and not, except for one or two segments where they had no emotion involved. You didn't see any lecturing. And Stephen A. Smith, usually he's damn near a damn woman, twerking his neck bone and shit. Got all this smoke for black people. Your ass, and excuse my language, but your ass should be kicked out of LA. And pardon my anger, but the brother out of his mind. But when there's a white person, it's a sensitive subject. Uh, you know, uh, you hate to see it happen to a sister. Um, I don't have all the facts. We don't have all the facts. Shut up, man. Fucking coon. Mama. Mama. From Alabama. Oh, mama. Mama. I'm on my knee, mama. Rachel Nichols is my mama. From Alabama. Oh, mama. Oh, Michelle Beadle Lemma. Oh, ESPN. Mama. And another thing I like about Kwame is this too. He keeps it real about the system of white supremacy, but he also makes it clear that no person should yield to it. No person should use that as an excuse not to fucking try. Now, not everybody in the world is going to be rich, but you should never use white supremacy as a crutch to not fucking try in life. Never. You know what I'm saying? Is it frustrating? Fuck yeah, it's frustrating. You know what I'm saying? But I see too many motherfuckers today who have more opportunities than you and I ever did. I'm talking about people in their 20s, teenagers. and whining and bitching and complaining about, and don't have criminal records, but are whining and bitching and complaining about racism. Get your ass up out of that fucking house and get a goddamn job. Nigga, you ain't old enough. You ain't grizzled enough, nigga. You're not beaten enough by the fucking ravages of life to sit up there and cry about shit yet. Got all your goddamn hair. You know what I'm saying? Young, fucking in shape. You ain't got fucking scoliosis, nigga. You ain't got arthritis and back pain. Get your ass up out the house. If you got to do manual labor, you gonna do that shit. So yeah, Kwame Brown for fucking president, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? This could be, you know, for him individually, you know what I'm saying? This could be a renaissance for him. And this also goes to show you that the most entertaining people, the most creative people, as I've always maintained, they're not on television. They're here on the internet. Most people, though, you know, they have scruples, they have integrity. And most people, they actually, well, a majority of people, I don't want to say most, a majority of people care. Care. And money doesn't buy happiness, y'all. How many times have we seen people who are rich and they're not fucking happy? I guarantee you, Stephen A. Smith is not a happy person in his life. I guarantee this motherfucker's not happy. I guarantee you that late at night, this dude be in his room crying and shit. You know what I'm saying? He probably hates the fact that black people see him as a fucking coon. And for him to keep getting that money, he got to keep tap dancing. He got to keep shoe shuffling. He got to keep on fucking Sandman simsing around. You know what I'm saying? And try to be just respectable enough to stay in the good graces of white, but try to, you know, put the black power fist out just enough to stay credible with black people. But I get the fuck. I see what you're doing. Most of us see what the fuck you doing. Pick a side, motherfucker. It don't work like that no more. We done got hip to that shit. You know what I'm saying? We done seen that act before. You know what I'm saying? Seen the so-called, you know, black personality that wants to stay in the good graces of black people, but you know what I'm saying? But we know what time it is. You ain't Wayne Brady, motherfucker. And Wayne Brady blacker than he is. You know what I'm saying? We done seen Michael Strahan shit before, so we know where you coming from. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I salute Kwame. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that he stays real and stays authentic. He's himself. You know what I'm saying? He has a talent for communication. And, you know, keep ethering these clowns, man. And keep exposing them. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I got to say, man. Tell me what you guys think.